Loud House, the maker space that makes you great. HWB Banter Podcast, this episode, very excited today. Kegan Parks is here. Welcome, Kegan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let me be very unprofessional and make sure that we're streaming.
It would probably help things.
We are. We've done it. Great success. So you're here.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the best podcast ever?
It's my first one.
Cheers. Crown Rye.
It's pretty
Delicious.
good. I like it.
So, Kegan, tell us where it all began.
More about myself?
Or the first thing you want to tell us about yourself. Yeah.
Well, I was delivered by my father in a trailer.
What?
Yeah. In
Home
Hillsville,
birth?
Virginia. Oh, yeah.
On purpose or just accidental? You fire out of there like a rocket?
Yeah, it just slipped out. No, I was the last of three, and my oldest brother was at a hospital, and my mother just decided she didn't want to do that anymore, so.
Nice. The
The
other
next
ones.
brother and myself were delivered by my father in a trailer.
So the first two got messed up, and she was like, it had to be the hospital. The germs.
No, she just didn't like the experience.
All right. Well, fair. Well, that's
Yeah.
a pretty exciting start to life.
Yeah.
West
not too
Virginia,
bad.
you say?
Oh, yeah.
How long did you live there?
Probably like 2 years. Moved to southern Ohio when I was probably about 2.5, I'd say, and then lived there until I came to CCAD.
What part of southern Ohio?
Gallipolis area,
Okay.
down by the river.
I haven't spent a lot of time there. Do you like it there?
It's pretty nice. I was
Yeah.
actually living outside of Gallipolis, like 17 miles, but nobody knows about the city of Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
4 stop signs. That's it. We have a post office. Though.
Really? So the city's called Patriot?
It's a village.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Second Amendment gun toters down there, huh?
Oh, probably.
Gotta be Patriots, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Well, it's my opinion that if you're living in Ohio and you're not in Columbus, you're wrong. So, at least that's been my experience so far. Not to say that there's not something, to do or some reason to go to a lot of different places in Ohio, but I wouldn't live anywhere else.
Yeah, Columbus is pretty nice.
It's a happening place.
Yeah.
So you said CCAD.
Yeah.
What drew you there?
My mother went there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What did she do? Or does she do?
She works at a hospital right now.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, artistically. I mean, there's probably some art to nursing, but...
No. No, she works in the kitchen.
No.
She's not a nurse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing about your mom,
No, that's fine.
but that's good.
I don't really talk
Because
about
people's
my parents
moms that I
much.
do know about, woo, they don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't do anything with moms. No, none of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, anyways, CCAD.
Yeah,
More about that.
it was pretty fun. I went there with dreams of being an industrial designer,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't really like the idea that most of it was on computer. I'm not
Mhm.
really a computer person, so...
You like to get down dirty with your hands, I understand.
Yeah. Back in the day, industrial designers would make everything from scratch. It wasn't like modeled in a computer, and I kind of had that dream in my head. When I found out that most of it was on SolidWorks or Rhino.
Yeah, they're all doing
sit in front of a
CAD
computer all day.
and stuff, yeah.
So after that, I was like, oh, I'm going to do photography. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing away with the wet lab mostly, and a lot of that was being done on a computer.
Yeah, that
Digital
is kind of a
photography.
shame.
Yeah, they still have it though. I thought they were going to get rid of it, but they still have it,
Yeah, no, it.
which is nice. So I did what any respectable art student does when they get tired of like specific majors, and they switch to fine arts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did, and I found glass blowing. And that was fun.
Mm-hmm. So you completed your degree in glass blowing, or?
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
It took me. Let's see, I did the 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't graduate. I was still 1.5 credits short. And then I just recently finished that up last year.
Gotcha. Huh.
So
Well, that's
it
awesome.
took me 10 years to get a bachelor's degree.
Congratulations. Hey,
Thanks.
it doesn't matter how long it takes once you get it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not finish swallowing that before I started talking.
No.
So, what is your favorite thing that you've ever made out of glass?
Got a couple things.
Are they sculptures or what? What kind
Decorative vases.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like playing around a lot with color.
Nice. It's all additive processing glass blowing, right?
Yes.
You're adding those
Mostly.
colored rods. Did you ever color your own glass? I know a lot of times they'll order those rods of pigmented glass that you mix in, but...
Yeah, that's primarily what I used. We did have a color furnace in there, and we did mix our own colors. But a lot of it involves really hazardous chemicals.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
So, not really fond of doing that.
A lot of stuff, when heated to the level that you need to heat things to melt glass, become pretty hazardous.
Mm-hmm. But the cool thing is, once it's encapsulated in the glass, it's it's safe. It's all inert.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can have cadmium and cobalt as colorants in the glass, but it's not harmful.
Yeah, cadmium's expensive. More and more so.
Yeah. I mean, there's cheaper ways to get cancer out there.
Let's hear about some of those. What's your favorite way to get cancer?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, because you don't have it yet?
No,
You'd be
probably
like,
not. No, I think I have a brain tumor, but
oh yeah,
that's fine.
What's making you think you have a brain tumor?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I like this.
No, it's it's probably my favorite way to think about how I die.
Mm-hmm.
When you say, "Oh, I have cancer," people are like, "Oh, you should have eaten better." Like, "Oh, my liver's shut down." Like, "Oh, shouldn't have drank so much." But a brain tumor, like, "Oh man, that sucks."
Shouldn't have tried to grow a brain tumor.
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't have cultivated your brain for tumor growth, dummy. Ah, should have drank more booze. If it was swimming in alcohol, nothing's gonna grow there. Let me tell you. Once the liver fails, the brain's not growing tumors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your PSA from Half Witty Banter podcast today. Kill your liver. Your brain will not grow tumors. The more you know.
Yeah. Try it.
But you did hit on one of the questions I was going to ask very late in the podcast. It was like, is there a question that keeps you up late at night? Some deep philosophical question like, how am I going to die? Or something like that.
No.
Does anything keep you up at night? Or are you just out like a light?
Sometimes. Sometimes I fall asleep. Other times it's just, laying awake thinking of projects that I have unfinished in my basement, things that I want to make, and, tools that I still need to buy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I've got a serious tool addiction.
Oh, I did know that. And I like it because, I don't know if you know this about me, but I have a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm a hoarder a little bit. It's all for good reason. I'm trying to build stuff, trying to, fill the vacant cavity in my heart with things. I'm just kidding. That's not what's happening. But I am filling my house with things at a rapid, alarming rate. I mean, I just moved in and it's nearly full already. I got to get rid of stuff. Great purge. But anyways, tell us about this tool addiction.
What do you want to know about it?
So you like the band Tool?
They're all right.
Oh, you meant like other tools.
Yeah,
like hand
tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. What's your favorite tool? On the spot right now. Aha, beautiful.
Yeah.
What have you named her?
It doesn't have a name.
Okay, good. That's a good answer. That's what all men with tools should say.
Yep. I don't name any of my tools. I just name my cars.
Mm-hmm. What's your car's name?
Izzy.
All right.
Yeah.
Why Izzy?
I don't know. It just seemed fitting. Little fast, zippy turbo car. It's
And you drive a blue Subaru?
WRX.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe it's because the Olympic mascot used to be named Izzy, and it was blue or purple. I don't know.
I can't help you there.
It was something like that. I think
have
that's
no
why.
idea.
I'm pretty sure you love that mascot. Everyone's forgot about it.
Maybe subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Maybe you were reincarnated, and at one point you were somebody who really cared deeply for that mascot.
no, it's possible. I mean, how long ago was this mascot used?
I remember it being around when I was a kid, but most things that I remember being around when I was a kid were things that were like long before I was born. Well, not long, maybe like 5 years before. Because I would somehow get that stuff or see it later, or it was part of the global consciousness, as it were. And then I'd be like, that was part of my childhood. And you're like, no, it wasn't. That was before you were ever born, but just happened to slip down the pipe to you. But I played a Super Nintendo game that was themed around this character, and it was fantastic. And I would guess that was released probably somewhere in 1993, 94 range. probably far off on that as well. My sense of time is terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will comment with the proper date.
I would hope so.
Maybe.
In the future, that's the kind of help we need here. So if you're out there listening, just know that we really need you. And I'm still very unhappy with the quality of that. Now, that might just be because we're streaming and I'm looking at it live and it's, on my computer, but...
Yeah, there's a decent amount of lag to it. I look over and I'm not drinking my whiskey right now.
And that's why you keep picking up. You're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
What? This is a tester. Oh, we're gone.
Looking at it.
And then you won't even remember. You'll be like, I don't know what happened. The whole podcast, I had to watch it again to see what I said.
Yeah.
Talk some crazy truths about myself. It happens. We do drink quite a bit here on the Half Witty Banter podcast. That's how the banter gets...
Witty.
You guessed it. But anyways, I'm talking rapid fire right now. Obviously, I haven't had enough to drink. That's the problem. This slows you down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Gets the engines running smooth and calm. But you said you have a tool addiction. What's the most recent tool you've purchased?
I believe it's probably a metal lathe. Or attachments and parts go with it.
All right, metal lathe.
Mm-hmm.
And for what reason did you purchase this item?
Because I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
My great-grandfather was a machinist, and it's always been something that's intrigued me. My father had like a small lathe in his workshop that he would use to manufacture parts for his business. And yeah, something that always seemed like it'd be fun.
Okay, so you mentioned wanting to be an engineer because you wanted to basically do that, manufacture parts, right?
More
By
or less,
hand?
yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever thought about starting up like a side business where you do that, where you're manufacturing these handmade parts for things? Because it seems to me that now, more than ever, there's like this resurgence of this like worn look, this old vintage things are coming back in, and everybody likes that old look, and what it is they like about it is all that stuff was quality, so it never, never lost its beauty, and a lot of it probably handmade. So you could easily, make things like that, but it'd be like a new vintage that you were creating, and sell them to bars or just people going to college who want to have cool lamps in their house.
Oh yeah. Broke college kids can't really afford too much.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I was in college, it was like ramen and buttered noodles every day.
Their parents can afford things, though. Trust me. That's what they get off on. Their parents buy them things, and that's how they still feel connected to the little junior out there in the real world.
Yep.
Getting exposed for the first time. Girls Gone Wild shoots next Thursday at 6 p.m. Make sure you're at the corner of 5th and High, 6 p.m. Just kidding. That's not happening.
It might be. Who knows?
Well, not by me. I'm not doing it. I'm not one of those corrupt bastards from Hollywood. But no, I mean, I think there is a lot of need for business like that. At least, I mean, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And
I totally agree with you.
I've often thought about like opening a business that was just fixing things.
Yeah.
You ever thought about that?
Oh yeah, that's what I do for a living.
I know.
Fix things.
Mm-hmm.
Fix things, build things, and well, I guess it seems kind of redundant to say make things, but building and making seems a little bit different.
So what do you do as a profession for all those listeners out there? You don't have to say like the company name or anything like that, so you don't incriminate yourself later by saying anything else like I like Hitler, things like that.
No, well, I work for myself. I'm a private contractor.
It's awesome, like a private eye.
Yeah. And you've already told everybody my name, so it's should be okay.
And it should be flashing on the screen like every 4 or 5 minutes if what I made works right and I turned it on. Pretty sure I turned it on.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. But maybe.
We'll find out. If not, make it for next time.
Yeah. I can always get up and click the button too. Oh, and by the way, I should have said this before the podcast, but if at any time you need to take a break, relieve stress or go pee or yell fuck and you don't want to say it on the podcast, just let me know. I'll hit the little button. It'll pause us.
But you just said it.
Well, I don't have a problem with saying it on the podcast.
Oh,
I'm saying if you had a problem with it, you're allowed to say whatever you want here. This is an open space, a safe space for anyone in the room. Everyone out there, it's super dangerous, but for in here, it's safe. And you can say whatever you please. I can't promise that you won't get brutally murdered or injured by somebody who watched this at a later date because of what you said, but...
I'm not worried about it.
you know, the internet's a more violent place than anywhere else, so I think we're safer out in the real world.
I don't know. Your last couple of videos had maximum like 24 views.
Mine did?
Yeah. I think that was like one of the maxes.
Bitch, how dare you tell me stats right now?
Sorry.
I'm depressed now, I gotta drink. Oh, shit. But 24 views, actually, that's not bad.
No,
I think most of them get like 19 to 30 is like, seems to be where I'm falling right now, which is fine, because to be honest, we're in the first 18 videos, and we're getting more average views than the episode number, which I think is a good goal to hit. And also, we're still figuring things out, and I just switched to the live format. Used to edit them.
Yeah.
Got rid of that. Beat that dead horse for too long, in my opinion. But if you're editing podcasts, you should be getting paid money and not creating the podcast yourself. So
yeah,
I think. But
yeah. And supplying your own alcohol, which.
Well, I feel like I'm always going to do that. That's just nicety. I mean, anyone who comes to my house, you should be able to get something, some food or some booze or something, you know. And I would offer food too, but nobody likes to hear chewing on the mic. Drinking seems to be okay.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's classy.
We've definitely eaten during a couple of the podcasts, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work. Like, we got pizza one time. Yeah. My friend Eric Rauschenbach, we got pizza, and we were like smacking away on the podcast. And I think I even put like sponsored by Donato's and had pizza come on screen and stuff. It's kind of funny, but
it guess tasting better. Oranges muddling in there just fine.
Yeah, the oranges. It's like a hot tub for oranges, or a cold tub, as it were. But yeah, old fashions. They taste just kind of like rye whiskey on ice. Really, I think the bitters I got just aren't the most flavorful bitters.
Yeah.
But there's no problem with that. I love rye whiskey strain.
Yeah, whiskey's good.
What is your favorite libation or drink, or beverage?
Favorite alcoholic drink?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Well, favorite alcoholic drink would, aside from beer, would be a nice single malt. Probably Ardbeg. Ardbeg's pretty good.
Dude, I always see that in the
tea.
store,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't want to pay that money. Every time.
Well, you spend that much money in a bottle, but it'll last you a long time.
That's
because
true.
you're not taking big sips. I mean, you can't really drink it too fast. You drink too much at one time, it kind of like, it burns your tongue, and your tongue's sore the next day. It's like super smoky.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I probably would drink it too fast. And I'd have like 2 friends come over, and it would last me like 3 days. Which still is a pretty good deal if you compare it to going out to the bar, but I don't really make those calculations in my mind at the grocery store, you know?
That's true.
But I'm a big fan of scotch, actually, as well. Maybe we'll get a bottle for St. Patty's Day, which is coming up next weekend. Need to get a sound effects thing, so we can do like a...
I'll bring a bottle for you. How about that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll drink some, for sure. I'm sure there are a lot of people here who would partake, because many people I know are drinkers. Shout out to the drinkers out there.
Keeping that brain tumor at bay.
Yeah, buddy. But yeah. So
why do you have holes drilled in your table? Is that where the mics were originally mounted?
So the holes in this table are drilled because I made these boxes, wooden boxes that are lock boxes essentially, and they hold video game consoles. So if I do video game tournaments, then I bolt them to the table. Don't have to watch the consoles. So it's only like controllers we're worried about, people running off with, and just plug them in there, play the games, and that way, worst case we're losing maybe $100 if all 4 controllers manage to get stolen at an event. But I haven't been doing a ton of tournaments lately because no time, really.
Yeah. You and Jared did pretty well in your last one, didn't you? You guys got second place?
No, I think we were joking about that.
Oh,
no. Jared played in a tournament that was for Overwatch.
Yeah.
I was not in that. I think they got 3rd place. Well, let's say they got 2nd in case it was 2nd. I'd rather say.
I heard 2nd.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go with 2nd. They got 2nd place in the Overwatch tournament at OhioCon. And it was great. It's fantastic. Now, the last tournament I played in, I bombed out miserably. But I'm not an Overwatch player. I'm more of a fighting game guy.
Yeah.
So I played Marvel vs. Capcom, and oh man, I got like last place. But that's all right. You got to lose to win.
Yeah. That's not a bad game.
Yeah, but you're not much of a gamer.
Nope.
Do you have a favorite game?
Probably would be Mortal Kombat fighting style games. They're the ones I enjoy the most, but You know, I still get bored.
Yeah, you'd rather be like making some shit.
Something like that.
What's the last thing you made?
I've been working on some kitchen knives right now.
All right, on the metal lathe?
No, not right
Just
now.
by hand?
I burned out the motor on that. So
That's right.
yep. Still waiting on that replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's a couple, I don't know, 20 millimeter sheets of ON tooling steel picked up at the Research Alloys.
Mm-hmm.
And then just use plasma cutter, cut out the basic shapes, and right now I'm just filing them to size. I'm gonna make handles for them, and they're gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you were talking about that guy who makes the swords based on like fantasy characters, game characters, anime, stuff like that.
Michael Cthulhu.
Did you say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've seen a little bit of his stuff, but I haven't looked into him any further.
Well, you should.
Yeah, I definitely should. Definitely, because I like making stuff too, but not really metal stuff yet. Yeah. I recently cut some metal for the first time, I think.
Congratulations.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like 2 years ago, I plasma cut some stuff, and I welded for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, yes, oh my god, dude, the plasma cutter is one of the most fun things to ever do.
Oh, I know.
Just watching like metal bubble up and pop in front of you.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and you feel like it's not dangerous at all when you're doing it. You're like, wow, like totally. You could just have metal on you forever.
Mm-hmm. Space age technology, like things you read in books when you were a kid.
Yeah, it's insane. Or like dragon's breath, just coming out like an inch away from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
But this year was the first year I've like used a chop saw that could cut metal, you know, and so cut some metal there and then like ground it down.
What were you making?
I was making pegs for my weightlifting, like a weight tree. It's in my basement to hold the weights. Yeah. So the pegs that are in that, and I sloppily put that together because I didn't want to spend any time on it. Really, it's utilitarian.
It works.
Yes, it does work currently.
It's in your basement.
It might fall apart.
Not like you're displaying it on the show.
Yeah, it just needs to hold the weights, and that's it. If it stops holding the weights, I'll fix it, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. And because I have too many hobbies, and I just don't, you know, I'm not giving myself time for all of them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But the other thing I did was I cut heads off of some bolts, and the entertainment center in my living room, I used that to fit 4x4s together so that I could transport, like, you know, 8-foot 4x4s in my Fiat, cut them in half, put them together. And so
it's a Fiat, not a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, it's a Fiat. So get it right, motherfuckers. Haters out there, get my car right. It's important.
You were talking about hating in the last episode.
Yeah, and how I'm a hater.
Yeah,
I absolutely am.
I'm a hater too.
I think about that Dave Chappelle. I was like, I think about that David Chappelle show. I'm the whitest. That's like the whitest thing I've ever said. I think that could be the whitest thing ever. Calling him David Chappelle.
Yeah.
That David Chappelle. I think he does that in his own sketches when he's playing the white guy.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, that David Chappelle. He's always getting up to crazy shenanigans.
That's another thing that keeps me up at night.
What, David Chappelle?
No. No. Probably just like things I disagree with, things that I hate.
Mm-hmm. What do you disagree with and hate?
I'm not going to get into that.
Come on, you're a hater. You got to at least name one thing. Maybe it's a PSA for everyone out there not to do it.
Oh,
this
lazy
is
people.
Your sounding box. Lazy people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What constitutes a lazy person in your mind? If you were like, the quickest way to tell if someone's lazy, they do this. Or they don't do this.
Well, they can't change their own car tire, then, you know.
Well, that might be inept, not lazy. Or maybe they just haven't like had that walk of life.
That's possible.
At what age? Because like, there's got to be a certain age where it's like, okay, before that, you don't have to know how to change your own car tire or be capable of doing it. But after, and what if they're like a small lady who's just incapable, but she knows exactly how to do it?
I'm not gonna like hate on.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Disabled people.
Tiny women.
Obviously, if there's a reason you cannot do this, they'll be fine.
But how old do you have? Like, at what age is it like, no, now you need to know? If you don't know, now you know.
I was able to do it at 5.
Well, that's not a good mark for when someone should be able to do it.
I mean, a lot of the things that I hate, I take directly from my personal experience and all the stuff that I know, which is not a very good basis of judging individuals, which is why I'm not openly
always
judgy.
That's good you're not openly judgy, because that's just not good. But
no,
it's okay. It's tolerable. I mean, as long as you're judging them and you're like, oh my God, you see that guy over there? And you're not like, hey, guy over there. That's the main difference.
Yell at people too much.
I mean, I think most of my friends are judgmental on some level because we all just like crack jokes and shit. And you're not going to have any good jokes if you're not judging.
No.
You got to judge a little bit.
You have to.
But you have to still be like, yeah, it's a cool, it's a person.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that I'm not going to go over there and ruin their day with me and how I feel about them. It's because that's them. They're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do something that affects me, then I'm going to let them be them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let them sit on the side of the road and look at their tire. Or help them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Usually.
Maybe.
Not so much anymore.
Call AAA as I'm driving by.
They're like, oh yeah. What did I think of that?
Yeah. When I had my old Jeep before the Fiat, I got a flat tire and I was trying to change it. And I remember this girl and I, we were planning, we were going to go to Cleveland on a trip. And I'm driving to pick her up. And I'm leaving the old house in Old Town East. And I start hearing my tire, and it's like, and it had just snowed. So there's just like wetness everywhere. And I pulled off to the side of the road, and I called her. I was like, hey, like, listen, I know I'm coming to get you, but I have a flat tire. So, like, I don't even know if this is going to happen now, but do you have, like, a tire iron or wrenches and whatever? And she was like, yeah, I do, because I didn't have any in my Jeep at that time. I found out later that they were under the seat. You had to, fold forward the seat, and they were under seat? There, yeah. And I didn't know. I had no idea they'd ever been there, because they came with a Jeep, I guess I didn't put them there.
Oh, yeah.
But,
nice hiding
no idea, and then I felt real dumb.
That's okay.
I'm just saying, that happened. But yeah, the Jeep was a cool car, and I miss it a little bit.
That's my first car. It was a '76 CJ7. It was about 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big Jeep.
Big boy. Yeah, mine was just a little red Grand Laredo.
Not a bad car.
I liked it.
So
what else do you like? Oh, what was my first car?
Yeah.
My first car was a 97 Saturn. Blue outside, blue inside. Seatbelts that automatically...
Oh, those
they did like the pull, on their own.
You don't see those anymore.
Oh my God. Makes good sense because you still had to do you had to do the waist buckle still. That was the design flaw. It's like, why would you have one part be automatic and still have another part? You do know that there was only one part to begin with. Mm-hmm. Like, who came up with that?
No.
They're like, hey, they can just not do the waist belt. It's fine. They're like, no, actually, that's what I imagine happened. Like at the end of the design phase, they're like,
it's possible.
They still have to do the waist part. You know that, right? It's not going to pass. And they're like, oh, we'll just add it in. Mm-hmm. I'm done with this. Through. I think that's how it went down.
What were you going to ask me?
Oh, what else do you like?
In regards to what?
Well, you like making stuff?
I do.
How else do you like to fill your free time?
Doing stuff to my car. Upgrading things on my car.
Yeah.
Right now I've got a couple components that I still have yet to put on. Mm-hmm. Still have to replace the driver's side fender when I hit that bicyclist.
Yeah. Oh, God. Ugh.
It was his fault. He looked at me funny.
You gotta clear that up. Yeah, I took him out because he looked at you funny.
It was my fault. He had the right of way.
Son of a gun. Well, accidents do happen.
Carbon fiber fenders will replace that, and a couple other small things.
Should replace it with pieces from his dead body.
No, he was fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was okay. And I got a ticket for it, so it wasn't hit and run.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. Yeah, you gotta hate those hit and run motherfuckers. How are you gonna hit and run? Really? Terrible. Nope. That's just terrible.
Mm-hmm. Those are good people to hate on. Mm-hmm. Definitely hate those people. Yeah. Openly hateful to those people.
Motherfuckers deserve it. Good times. What about movies? You a movie guy?
I am. No, you were talking about the horror movies last time, and
Mm-hmm.
horror
Movies
movies
come
are
up
fun.
constantly.
I don't really have like a favorite genre movie though.
Do you have a favorite movie? Do you take offense to the term movie? 'Cause some people do. They're like, movies are what cows watch. Moo.
What do you call them? Films?
Films. They're films.
No, well, no.
Or pictures.
It depends on the quality.
I don't know
of
if
the
you knew this,
film.
Kegan, but a film is a collection of moving pictures. So I will accept film or pictures.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, it's a good one.
This is one of my
Bow,
favorites.
bow. See, this is another time we need like a little mixer board.
Yeah.
Pop in some sound effects. Yeah, we could have done
That'd be
wow right there. But I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
With my mouth.
You have like a cutaway scene. Play the parade.
Yeah, well, I'd have to get that ready ahead of time. Be like, I did some research. He likes Ferris Bueller. Got to find some Ferris Bueller shit to throw on the screen. I do plan on getting like some headphones and stuff. But what is it that you enjoy about that movie in particular?
Matthew Broderick.
Oh, you
He's
like him?
funny.
Do you like
Yeah.
him in anything else?
Yeah. The producers.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, Nathan Lane's good in that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good overall.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time anybody does the producers, I seem to like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw stage production of that down in Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
Was it Huntington? Yeah, it was Huntington. It was okay. I just did not like the damn, what's her name? Uma Thurman played her. I don't remember the name of the character though.
Yeah, I don't either, but I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. The character
I don't
just
find
you
her
know,
particularly attractive, and
Uma
that
Thurman?
character's supposed to be.
She's super tall.
Yeah,
At least I think
I
she's
don't know.
tall.
I don't know. Her face doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I'm not into it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, people are all like, "What do you mean? That's ridiculous. She's a strong female actress. You dick." She doesn't have to. She's beautiful in lots of ways.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't like those ways. Those aren't the ways that I like.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Who was your favorite actress?
I don't know if I have one.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
Mm.
No, I do. Wait.
I don't even have like a favorite male actor either.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right?
They're just, some movies are great and some movies they suck in.
Yeah. But there are some that seem to pick movies well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, yeah, I like a lot of the movies they've chosen. You know?
Yeah.
And they haven't chosen, or even like, they didn't choose a bad movie yet. That kind of thing. Ryan Gosling seems to be pretty good at picking movies.
He's okay.
He does a lot of art films.
Yeah.
So I think I respect his decisions. Johnny Depp is decent at picking movies, but usually because he's working with the same director.
Well, a lot of those movies are probably written specifically for him.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
Like all those Nicolas Cage movies. Put out like so many bad ones.
Dude,
last
yeah,
couple years.
he's...
It's
Oh,
like
man.
every day on Netflix there's a new Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
You're like, how does he produce, or how does he have all these movies? Like he must be, I don't know,
It's insane.
filming all of them at the same time,
It
or a
seems
couple
like-
at the same time.
It seems like they keep coming out of the past, too. Like, there'll be, like, this old Nicolas Cage movie you had no idea existed.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this one. And you're like, what? When did this happen? They're like, it was 1996. And you're like, you're full of shit. You're faking this. You're plugging them back in there, pretending like it's an old movie.
Yep.
How does it happen? How do these get lost? But there are those web videos where it's just like Nicolas Cage getting upset, for
Nicolas
like
Cage
20 minutes.
freakouts.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, dude. The internet's a great place.
Mm-hmm. I like stand-up. I like old stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah? Who's your favorite stand-up comic?
Steve Martin.
Dude.
I know. I saw it up there.
Got a Steve Martin record up there for those folks at home that can only see this boring backdrop that I'm going to make more entertaining soon.
A lot better than the clipboard.
Steve Martin is great.
Yes, he is.
Do you like his banjo music?
Oh, yes, I do.
Nice. Who else do you like? Because I love stand-up comedy. I watch stand-up all the time.
I like Christopher Walken. I don't know if he did a lot of stand-up, but did a couple things.
He's a funny
Really
guy. He's on
funny.
SNL.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. There was a bit that I saw where he likes he likes house plants, and he has a bunch of house plants, and he likes talking to his plants. But he feels weird talking to his plants because he doesn't know if they're looking at him or not. So he got googly eyes, and he put googly eyes on the plant pot, so the plant's looking at him when he's talking to him. He doesn't feel as weird.
That's pretty good. He read some children's books too, like to the camera, because people love his voice.
Yeah.
You know, I love when people do impressions of him, actually. And Jay Moore did a short series with damn it, another guy whose name I can't remember. I was really trying to piece it together while I was talking there.
Can't help you.
Shit, I love this guy too. I don't know what his name is.
Kevin Spacey?
No, he's in a bunch of movies. He's in the whole 9 yards.
Bruce Willis?
No, but the guy who plays
was that
the other guy, the gangster. Dang. Shit. Well, anyways, they both do impressions of Christopher Walken, and they're in a series called Talkin' Walken. Kevin Pollak.
Okay.
That's his name.
Sorry,
Yeah, sorry, Kevin. When you see this, I'm sorry. I know we're gonna be great friends in the future. You probably look back on this like, what a dick. You didn't even remember my name. Trying to make a reference.
No, but Kevin Spacey does remarkable impressions. He's probably one of my more favorite actors.
Child molesters? Oh, actors. Pederasts.
What, really?
Oh yeah. You didn't hear about that?
Nope.
Oh dang. Keegan, you're a little out of the loop here.
I am.
First of all,
I spend too much time in my basement huffing solder fumes.
yeah. Well, that's all right. 85%. That'll kill the memory too. You probably know everything going down there, and then come back up and don't know anything. You're like, oh, I'm back again.
I go downstairs when it's daylight outside, and I come back up and it's nighttime.
That's good. It's a good way to be. But yeah. So Kevin Spacey has been, like, his show House of Cards got canceled, and he got accused of, sexually harassing several people, trying to have sex with underage boys. He came out as gay, for one, which is great. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, he, at some of his parties way back in the day, apparently there were young men there that he tried to have sex with. And so that wasn't cool. But I agree that he's a great actor. I don't think that takes away from anything that he's done as far as as an actor. He's put on some great acting performances. I think he could have made better decisions in his personal life, and he probably should have been locked up and not had the chance to do a lot of those, roles that he did. But that doesn't mean he's not an awesome actor. He is, and I'm not going to put an asterisk by his name in the record books.
That's fine. Just appreciate his movies. Not going to go out to dinner with him or anything.
No. I might go out to dinner with him. I'm not going to, indulge in his fantasies, and I'll definitely be putting a napkin over my drink when I use the bathroom, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to say no to Kevin Spacey. I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm going to come, man. Oh, that's a wrong word. I shouldn't use that word. I said,
That's okay. We can move on.
Maybe I would come. I don't know. He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is.
Shit.
I would say he's attractive.
No, beer. Now that I finished that old-fashioned, would you like one?
Anyways. Sure, I can finish this.
Do you want a gumball head? Do you want a Pacifico? Do you want a Labatt?
I'll take a Pacifico.
Okay. And do you have the equipment to open these? Because my keys, I think, are in the other room. Gracias, senor. Clink. Well, not to pay homage to a pederast, but what is your favorite Kevin Spacey movie?
I like K-Pax. That was pretty fun.
Dude, that is a fantastic movie. It really is.
Yep, it is great.
I feel like it's a little known, too. A little bit smaller on the list of Spaceys.
I really appreciated his fascination with fruit on there. Yeah. After I watched that movie, it was funny because I had, as a kid, usually when we got bananas, I would eat the entire thing. And it was really funny that he did that in the movie.
Yeah. Wait, did he eat it the whole banana or like the outside too?
Everything.
Oh,
yeah.
You did that?
Yeah.
You ate the peel? That's what I thought happened, but I was like, I don't know. Man, that's cool. You can just. Did you just not shit for.
Well, it's not like I ate so many bananas a day.
Yeah, I'm like one a day.
Probably less than that, but still.
Were your parents like,
No, I mean,
don't do that part?
No, they didn't really care. They just let me do what I wanted to do.
They're like, damn, he's getting all the nutrients. Are you watching this? Now it would be on YouTube. They'd be like, look at what my kid's doing. They wouldn't be like stopping you either. They'd just be like, check this out.
Nope. My parents would not do that. They still don't even have internet.
Yeah. My parents are pretty tech savvy. I mean, sort of.
Enough.
They're the average amount of tech savvy. My mom's a little above average, I think. My dad's a little behind it, I think.
Both of your parents have cell phones?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like most people.
Just my father has a cell phone.
Oh, yeah. Your parents a little bit back there. That's all right.
Yep.
Does your mom use a landline?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
she's on the phone.
Well, she sends telegrams ringing.
Not against the phone. She's doing Morse code, like do-do-do-do-do-do. What's that?
That'd be funny.
I forget what that's called. Telegraph?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. My brain's not completely rotted yet. It's just on its way. Pickled, not tumored.
Yeah.
Hashtag KeganCast 2018. So we got a big St. Patty's Day coming up next weekend. We're going to drink a little bit here, probably have some good food. I think it's going to be a potluck.
Okay.
And good time shall ensue. What are your hopes and dreams for next Saturday or this St. Patty's Day 2018?
Not get too drunk.
What's too drunk?
When I don't remember going to bed. That's too drunk.
I agree. Yeah.
When I fall asleep on the couch watching Netflix, my lady comes home from work and wakes me up. Yeah. Then I wake up in my bed. I'm like, I don't remember how I got here.
And she's like, you just watched the episode of Blah without me. And you're like, don't worry. It's okay. I don't remember it all.
Yeah, usually.
What are you watching on Netflix now? You seen anything good lately?
No.
See anything bad lately? Because I'd like to avoid that.
No, nothing like horrible. I try not to watch the things that I realize is going to be really bad.
Yeah, just stick to middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. I try to.
Just watch things you've seen before. Sometimes I do that.
No, just things that look mildly entertaining.
Mm-hmm. What was the last thing you watched?
I don't remember.
What was the thing before that?
Been watching Hell's Kitchen episodes on Amazon.
Okay.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was on there. That's that, what's that guy's name?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny show.
Yeah, he's a firecracker.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
To say the least. After a couple episodes, I just kind of get tired. Show follows like the same meter. It's like Power Rangers when you're a kid. Like every episode was the same. They try to battle them one-on-one. Or it's individuals, and then
they can't do it.
The monster grows, and then they get their droids, and then that doesn't work, so they combine together, and then they get their butt kicked, and then they get that sword, and then nope, it's all over.
What we're trying to get across here is teamwork and equipment. Teamwork, equipment.
But hey, I mean, I didn't care when I was a kid. Power Rangers is still cool.
No doubt. I mean, it's like Dragon Ball Z. Really shallow, but people love it. You ever watch that?
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
Not really.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
But Dragon Ball Z, this is basically what happened.
Yeah.
Everyone fights, right, in the show. Almost everyone. There's a couple side characters that don't, but pretty much everyone fights. And they train because there's a threat to the Earth, or they train because they want to be the strongest. And then they fight, and one of them wins. Usually it's the good guy. And then they're like, wait a minute, there's another threat. It's a huge threat, stronger than it's ever been. Okay, let's train. So they train. It's a hard fight. Maybe they don't win the first fight. Uh-oh. Comes back. They fight again after they trained more. They unlock new abilities. They win. Next one. Oh, stronger than it's ever been. That's the show. But it's great. It's fantastic. Because guess what? As a young child and as a grown man that is still a child on the inside, I love fighting. That's why I watch the UFC. Because of Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
At least the video game's fun. It's not too bad.
Yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah, we had a good time playing that.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time to play it. I suppose I do, but I'm not using that time to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to be the best that there ever was. I'm very far from it right now. I get
Yeah,
my ass
I was
kicked
gonna
online. I
say.
get crushed. Dude, I get so wrecked.
There's a lot of video gamers out there.
I've gotten a lot better, but not. I don't know, like, they just memorize the combos and then try to keep you in the air forever. And
Yeah.
basically, same with any fighting game. You're trying to
Oh yeah.
know as many moves that'll allow your opponent to do no moves as possible. That's not usually how I play them, though. I kind of just, like,
Yeah.
fight. I try to have a good time, first and foremost.
Yep.
But
I don't play them enough to commit any of the things to memory. Except for Grand Theft Auto. You know, I played a decent amount of that back in the day.
Yeah.
And I still remember some of those cheat codes.
Yeah, GTA 5. The new one.
No.
We should play that sometime. I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can give it a try.
Yeah.
We've been
I'm a video gamer.
using that PlayStation. we got
Yeah.
from you.
That's good. Yeah, I sold my PlayStation 2 Kegan's girlfriend, whose name I won't say on the podcast because she has not been on yet. And as respect to people who haven't been on, except for Jared, I don't use their names.
Everybody knows Jared.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he hasn't been directly on the podcast, but he has been on episodes with us talking that haven't been released ever because I'm totally awful and I just got sick of editing stuff.
Well, you mentioned 2-bit punks, and people look that up, and you know,
Yep.
finding his information wouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, so I'm part of 2-Bit Punks now.
You are.
Yeah, I'm streaming with them, so it's fun.
CJ is too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
CJ and me and Jared and Chris. I'll say Chris's name, who hasn't been on the podcast, but just because it's in relation to 2-Bit Punks.
Yeah.
And I'd love to have Chris on the podcast, but he lives somewhere else.
Yep. Chris might not even be his real name.
Oh my god. I don't think it is. You're right. He's been lying to us this whole time. His name's probably Goku. Yeah. No, I like video games though. I'm pretty much on the computer all the time. A little opposite you, but I do like making stuff, and I go to Cloud House to do that. Our sponsor, Cloud House Makerspace. Check them out. cloudhouse.org. You can go onto the website, and there's almost nothing there, but it does list our hours and our address, and you can come out to Cloud House anytime we're open and see what's going on.
Important.
Yeah, we've got all the tools in a wood shop. We've got a fully functional 4x8 CNC. We've got a laser, 3D printing equipment. So if you're interested in any of that and you happen to catch this, do check out the website, find the hours, send us an email, stop on by. Cloud House.
So how are you doing with your making stuff?
Pretty good. Dude, I mean, I've been making a lot, and I've been spending a ton of time at Cloud House. I mean, you saw the kitchen thing, made that, and I was really thrilled with that, how that turned out, because it used to be an ugly kitchen table, and now it's pretty functional bar and island piece. So, and I love the casters on the bottom of the island. I just hate that they're casters. You know how sometimes you just, like, look at a piece of a thing, and you're like, God, I fucking love that, but nobody ever sees it, you know? I would almost rather that it was like the caster was sitting on top of something in the house just so people could look at that beautiful piece of metal.
Maybe you can find something else that'll work.
Yeah, I don't
then
know.
you can
Probably
put this
never
on
switch
display.
it out. Honestly,
Yeah.
probably won't.
Get
Probably
like a
won't
little
switch it.
knick-knack shelf. Put them on.
Yeah. Let me tell you, my whole house is a knick-knack shelf. But I just finished the entertainment center. That took a really, really long time and was not very fun.
Oh, but it looks good.
Oh God, thank you. But
does a good job.
Dude, it's so weird because I came off the heels of making the kitchen thing, and maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, because maybe I just needed a break. But it seemed to take way longer than it needed to, and it was stressful. And then I got it home, I put it all together by myself and hoisted that TV up there, and I've got a huge TV, and it was very hard to lift up there by myself. And I shouldn't have done that, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's a little crooked because the mount, I tried to use the level on my phone. I've told you this before, but everybody else hasn't heard it, I don't think. And it wasn't level necessarily. Maybe the house is tilted. Maybe I just adjusted it a little.
Well, that's what it is. The house is crooked.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know. The Earth.
Yeah.
Damn, Earth moved while I was doing it.
Yep. Well, the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
You're not a flat earther?
No. I mean, I've been to Europe and definitely flew around some sort of a curvature.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
How do you know that?
Because I didn't go to sleep.
What if you flew into a wormhole and out the other side of it?
It's possible. That'd be like the Stephen King book, The
Langoliers?
Langoliers.
Langoliers, yeah.
Yeah, the Langoliers.
That's what I was thinking.
We had to be asleep
Dude, that movie was god awful. Did
I
you see
know.
that?
Yeah.
It was like super like Windows 98 computer graphics happening in that shit.
I would have to say, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I finished building the weight tree and I cleaned my stereo, and turns out a deep cleaning was all it needed to fix.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. My record player, they're all back in there. So that was really
Didn't know
exciting.
anything was wrong with it.
Yeah, so my record player was having this humming noise. A lot of people told me it might have been a grounding issue, but I was always had the ground attached, and it's attached to the same spot it always was now. But I cleaned it with the alcohol, and that actually cleared it up, which is amazing because I had done that before. I guess it gets dirty quick because it's old or something. I don't know. I'm probably dumb. Probably just didn't clean it well the first time.
Yeah.
But then, like, only half of my speakers were working because I have 4 speakers out there, and like 2 of them were producing really low sound. And I switched the speaker configuration because I thought maybe it was the speakers at first, but it wasn't. And so then I was like, oh, maybe I'll have to replace some parts, but they were dirty. And grab me another one,
Please.
And so I was like, I don't know, maybe I have to swap them out. I took it all apart, took the top off, I blew all the air, like all the dust out of it with compressed air, and then I cleaned every contact I could see without rubbing alcohol, and works great now. So
Well,
that's
good.
sweet. But yeah, other than that, my projects for building are kind of finished, but I'm working on the Cloud House website, trying to make that look amazing.
That's nice.
And work on some membership stuff there, and then I have a couple other projects that I want to start, but I have too much stuff right now. I really shouldn't start them. And one of my problems is I get excited about stuff, and I'll put it up front when I really should be working on other things that have closer deadlines. What about you?
I don't have deadlines on any of my stuff.
But I mean,
I have.
are you working on anything currently, or do you have anything coming up?
I've been working on some of my projects
Other than
for
the
about
knives.
5 years now.
So if we were going to say one of your projects that you're working on that you are most excited about getting finished, and let's exclude the knives because we've already heard a little bit about them.
Yeah, no, it's the most recent.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some of my old glass pieces. And I've got a lot of... So I would make glass pieces with intent to cut them apart, modify them, integrate different materials. So I made a chandelier a while ago with some just sandblasted clear glass forms. So they're just like a matte white almost. You know, just sandblasted clear glass. And then I made leather harnesses for those to be suspended from the ceiling, and it had lights inside of them.
Nice.
Which is really cool. And I used coated aircraft cable. So it's got like a plastic sleeve on the outside of it, and that's what I used to, pass the current down into the light. So it was kind of an illusion, I guess, like I would say magic, but
you'd say magic. It's the internet. People
Yeah.
don't believe that shit.
Oh, it's fine. But no, I mean those are a project. They worked out okay, but I just wasn't 100% happy with them. So a lot of the projects that I start, I kind of get into my head and I convince myself that I need to do this with this project, and I don't have the tools or materials to do that for this project. So that kind of gets set aside. And then when I get the tools and materials to do that, I've already decided that I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it somewhere else. So I just kind of get over involved in the thinking process about stuff instead of actually completing things.
I've heard of that happening.
Yeah, I guess it's call it ADD or whatever you will, but
Hey, as long as you're having a good time, boom.
yeah,
That's what it's all about. They're all, hobby level. But
then getting bored and focusing on other stuff.
yeah. I mean, I always like lighting though. Lighting is one thing that I'm very interested in. We should make some dope lights together. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I've got I've got all my materials and tools to make some nice chandeliers, but it's just getting things together.
I've got a lot of stuff too in the house.
Yep.
And I mean, Cloud House, full disposal. all the tools there. So
That's true. I need to go there and hang out more. I need to support them a little bit more.
you should. We would love to have you there. And also, like, I mean, we've talked about you teaching classes there.
Yep.
You and I. I'm having the meeting there next week, our annual meeting, and we will talk about that then. So I'm sure it'll be cool.
Nice.
They'll be down for that. I don't see a possibility where they wouldn't be, but yeah, Cloud House is amazing. It's like an endless plug here. I really like it, and I'd love to have people come out, and hopefully good people. I don't want
Yes.
shitty people to come out, but if you're shitty, we'll let you know. First
Yeah.
and foremost, I'm not shy.
Haters.
I'm not shy about that. But yeah, upcoming project for me actually. So there's a couple.
Last show you were talking about your concrete table that we discussed.
Yeah, I want to make a concrete tabletop for in here. That's not really an upcoming project, probably not for a little bit. I'd say it's on. Well, all of these projects I'm going to mention are on the back burner for a little bit because I'm doing a children's book. All the illustrations.
A children's book.
I'm doing the illustrations, yeah, and I got to have those done like ASAP, next 2 months.
When did this happen?
It's been on the table for a long time.
Really?
And I've had the contract for a long time.
Is it somebody you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to work with him.
And they decided they wanted to write a children's book.
Yeah, well, he has a publishing company. It's called Jump Splash Books. And they've done several other children's books and other publications. But
so it's not something that he's written himself.
No, he did write it.
He did.
The guy I know wrote it. So he wrote it, and I think I'm not exactly sure his reasons behind the publishing company starting that. I'm sure we talked about it, but I don't remember. And hey, when he's on here again, then we'll talk about it. He's one of the lost episodes of the podcast that were from when I was editing and just never edited. There were 3 episodes that have not been aired yet, and they may be aired at a later date, but I have to edit them and put them out there, and I just haven't done it. So I'll probably have him on again. But yeah, he wrote it, and he wanted me to illustrate it, and I'm in the process of doing that right now. So
that's fun.
But that's got to be on the front burner, as it were.
Front burner.
Yeah, it's got to be a front burner if there's a back one, right?
Yeah.
Nobody ever says that though.
A couple back burners.
It's about so this series of books is I dreamed I was, and then so it's about a kid who's dreaming that there's something, and in that they're learning about the thing, or all the kids that are reading the book are learning about the thing. So I dreamed it was a turkey. Is the book, and it's kind of about turkeys and Thanksgiving and the origin of Thanksgiving and that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll get it done, and after that,
draw a turkey.
Yeah, hand turkey. That's what I'm doing every page. He doesn't know. Hand turkeys, and Donald Trump's face is the turkey head. That's it. That's all it is. So it'll be a big surprise when it comes out, but it'll sell a lot of copies.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
But yeah, so the concrete tabletop for this would be really dope to do. I want to make it kettlebell.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that, concrete kettlebell. So that's one of my projects.
Do you want it to be like a specific weight, or does it matter?
The first one I make, it's not going to matter. After that, I'll probably try to hone it in a little bit. But I just want to make one first, see how that process goes, and then I'll just experiment a little bit with different shapes and stuff. But yeah, I'm interested in trying to do that. I think it's a fun sounding project.
It'll be fun. Wouldn't be hard to make.
Yeah, the project that's probably the nearest though is a coffee table. So I've already got in the works. I think you saw pictures of the tabletop for it. It's got like the rough natural edge and then a flat edge, and it's made all out of pallet wood.
Yes, I do remember you showing me that.
And I'm going to make legs for it on the CNC, computer-controlled numerical mill, which I know you know what it is, but them out there, they may not.
I keep forgetting what that acronym stands for.
Yep, it's not a lot of people know what that stands for, but they do know what it is. But basically, it's a big router that the computer controls and will take along whatever path you tell it to. Now, learning how to tell it the right path is the struggle.
Yes.
But
that stupid machine.
Yeah, they all are. But I have a decent grasp on it, and I have an idea for legs I want to make. And so making those legs and finishing the tabletop are the next thing on my list, I think.
Nice. Still have the coffee table that my roommate left. 3 years ago.
What's that look like?
Oh, it's got a little chessboard built into it. It was something he made in high school, I believe.
How big is it?
I would say it is probably like 2 foot by 3 foot.
Okay, all right.
It's not too bad.
Word.
But we don't use it as a chessboard. It's a flat surface.
Do you play chess?
I played against my brother and my father when I was younger, but they were always better than me, so I never won.
You've never won chess ever?
No, I've won chess several times, but it's
That's good.
playing with people that are not that good, and I am definitely not that good.
Well, that's all right, as long as you've won before in your life.
Yeah, I know, but it's it's like a mild victory.
Yeah, I'm all right, but I'm not a top tier player either.
I just get bored with it. Like most board games, I played a lot as a kid. Like things I do a lot, I get bored with, and I don't really care to do it anymore.
So you don't masturbate anymore?
No, I never get tired of that.
Oh, and with that, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back on Half Witty
Banter. I like the urinals.
Microphone's on. BRB off. And we're back. Witty Banter podcast returns from the pee break, and we're going to have a word from our sponsors. So, if I can find the thing. Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, this is very unprofessional. Oh, here we go. Yes, a word from our sponsors now. When it comes to video games, there's no time like the present. Come enjoy it with 2-Bit Punks every Monday and Wednesday night on twitch.tv/2bitpunks. And remember to subscribe so you can catch all the action, special streams, and extra content. That's right, are you not edgy enough to play video games yourself, but you still want to see what's happening inside the video game world? That's 2-Bit Punks for you. Every Monday and Wednesday night. And we're back.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Nailed it.
You practiced that before?
Nailed it. No, but I wrote it. So.
Oh, okay. That works.
It's easy when you write it. Alright. I'm going to grab a beer.
That's the other thing I enjoy doing. I enjoy writing.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stuff you write?
I don't know.
You don't know? Come on, man.
A little bit of everything.
Poetry?
No, I was never really big into writing poetry.
So not a little bit of everything then, huh,
no,
Kegan?
I guess not.
You write Hallmark cards?
No.
So almost a little bit of nothing.
Yeah.
What do you write?
There's a story I've been working on for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Fiction? Non-fiction?
Fiction. Definitely fiction.
Okay. No kidding. That's cool. Have you written a lot of stories?
A lot of small ones when I was a kid. Had like a writing workshop when I was a kid. I was homeschooled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm homeschooled since the 4th grade. And we had a homeschooling group down in Southern Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And then some of the parents would decide that they wanted to teach a specific class, so we would hire special tutors. We had an actual sign language instructor, a Spanish tutor, couple other certified teachers that all the families would put together money for, and we would do like Monday classes.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have it at like a local church in town. We would all go there, and then all the kids would just cycle back through like a bunch of different classrooms. It was kind of fun.
Huh.
And there was a nice writing class that I really enjoyed.
No kidding.
It's something I've always been good at. When I was in elementary school, I sucked at math because I always thought it was stupid.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is stupid.
But I excelled at reading and writing. I was in college level reading and writing before I left elementary school.
Dang.
Actually,
so you're a fast reader?
I wouldn't really say like fast reader. I'm not. I don't. What is that technique where people like speed read or like skim read and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I mean, it's not like an immaculate typist or anything like 500 words a minute or anything. It's just something that kind of made sense to me.
Yeah.
Natural.
I wonder what that's about, though. You ever think about that? Like, whenever I'm reading now, I kind of wonder, like, what's it like to be, like, a fast reader? Because I'm super slow. Which I think is good. I think it sinks in. You're really experiencing it all. But...
Which is why I never, feel inadequate when somebody, finishes a book before me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, cool.
Well, we're reading for the experience, right? Not to, like... Not to just get the data, right?
Oh, exactly.
People are like, I'm grabbing the data, I'm getting the data. And it's like, but I still kind of wonder, like, what it's like, because I can't imagine being able to read faster. Because I'm reading the words, and I'm like, I'm understanding them at the pace I'm reading them, right? So I'm like, how could you possibly be, like, burning through these faster than I am,
Yeah.
And then when I start thinking about that, I got to read it again, because...
because you're too busy
like,
thinking
I wasn't,
yeah.
I wasn't listening to that, but... Anyways, you know what they love on Half Witty Banter podcast almost more than anything?
Alcohol?
Nope. But when you open beers. Beautiful. Anyways, what are you writing about? now? Do you want to share, or is it private until it's done?
I don't know. If you bring me back on a later date.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Read excerpts.
You're like, yeah, maybe you bring me back for a callback, huh?
No. It was part of like a school project that I started a long time ago, and then I just recently started picking it back up.
Fair.
But
Well,
I sent a copy to my mother, and she approves. So that's worth something.
Mom says I'm the best.
Oh yes.
Well, let me tell you, I like writing a lot, and it, along with reading, is something I don't do as much as I should, and definitely not anymore. And I used to enter writing contests that you had to pay for. So it was called NYC Midnight. They still run them. I still get emails about it, but it's some kind of New York writing competition. They do all kinds of things, short stories and stuff like that. But they give you like what you have to write about. So they'll be like person, place, thing, and it's got to be this many words or whatever, fall within this window. So it's kind of fun.
That's nice.
I did it and I paid for it mostly just to like get myself to do it.
Yeah,
to
have
write.
something to do.
But yeah, I used to do that, so it's kind of fun. I'll let you read some of those sometime.
Okay.
It's fun, and maybe we'll do one.
This means beer. Please.
That means beer.
Yeah, beer.
You know what?
Because this is B.
That's
Sign
a B.
language. Yeah.
Oh Jesus, I don't know sign language, dude. But now I do. All right. Beer me.
You know one thing.
You want a Pacifico, or you want to try a gumball head?
I don't know. Gumball Head's kind of strong. I'm okay with the Pacifica.
Are you sure you don't want to try it?
I'm
It's
pretty
delicious.
Sure. I've had it before.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll allow it.
What, do I have to like?
Yes, you
Supposed to
do.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's play the half-witty banter game. Making its triumphant comeback. Now, we used to roll a die, but
Wait,
because I've moved, I don't know where the die is. So you're going to pick a number between 1 and 7.
4.
Oh my God, you picked it. This is the one question that requires more work and no answering. It's Muy Caliente time! And Muy Caliente time means that you get to eat some hot sauce. And so do I. It's going to be on.
Okay.
So, let me go get some...
This is a hot sauce that you made?
Well, we'll get one of those. And we're also going to get
Okay.
another one.
So you're going to eventually incorporate like, spicy... Well, you can't because you're a vegetarian, right? You can't eat the spicy chicken wings. You can get like spicy tofu wings. That's like almost the same.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's
but
like
yeah,
fake bacon.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
terrible.
and we'll allow you to do another question, so don't look at these. I'm gonna go grab that. And they actually have some new hot sauces. So what we'll do is we'll grab one that came from the company that I'm helping to start that I haven't talked to the guy about in a long time, and we really need to get on top of that, and some other sauces. So we'll do 3. I'm gonna bring some tortilla chips for this. We are gonna eat on the mic, and I'm gonna bring that whiskey back too.
Okay.
Boom. Oh, and I'm gonna pop my arm. But while I'm gone, keep the fans company. Talk to them about how shitty a human I am.
But you're not a shitty human.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, I can't really uphold like a one-sided conversation. No, I feel kind of pretentious just talking to myself.
Well, pretend like you're talking to somebody else.
Well, I'm talking to you right now. Are you sure I can't look at those questions?
Don't look at it.
Not.
It's gonna ruin it. You'll pick the one you want then.
Not necessarily. Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the hot sauce.
Hot sauce is a good one.
I think you should have had this prepared.
Well, I didn't know I was gonna do this.
You're taking forever.
Well, it's because I have to get everything.
Bam. Okay.
All right, I'm back. Hopefully you kept our guest entertained.
No, not really.
Damn it. All right. Here be the hot sauces. So, we got some chips here. What's the microphone?
I've had this one before. That's good.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the hottest fucking thing ever.
Oh, come on. And drink it out of the bottle.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
I sort of do want to see you drink it out of the bottle. I mean, because I think it's fucking... This is the Tropical Pepper Company's Ghost Pepper Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't drink it out of the bottle because I think it is hot as fuck and it melts my face off.
No, it's not that bad.
Are you serious? Are you going to be done after this? We were going to end with that. You are a champion among men. I'm not even going to...
That's good stuff.
Oh my god. You can handle hot sauce like a motherfucker. This shit's not even going to bug you at all.
No, not really.
Which I didn't...
No, Sarah's actually just taken to buying me some really nice hot sauces recently.
So this other stuff, you know, I didn't expect to bug you. That one I thought would. That's the kicker. This thing would fucking...
That was good stuff.
This will make me fucked up. Watch, I'll eat some of it. I'm going to be like... Ugh.
I found this, I think, at Jungle Jim's down in
okay.
Cincinnati.
I've been to Jungle Jim's.
It's an awesome place. They have an entire aisle devoted to nothing but hot sauces.
So this is something that Rich made. Well, Rich and I... Well, I didn't make this one. So Rich and I, we made some hot sauces. Rich made a bunch of recipes. He also hasn't been on the podcast.
Okay.
But... And
Is that your label?
Yeah, he made it.
Okay.
Rich is a badass designer and also loves making hot sauce. But, and I'm terrible at orientation when I'm on the camera. But, so Sinister Kid Hot Sauce, I'm sure, will be a sponsor in the future.
Okay.
Especially if we keep doing it. But we haven't talked about it in a long time. It's probably my fault. I moved and, like, shit got busy. And I've been meaning to make a sauce, but I haven't done it. But this was the Sinister Kid hot sauce, and it's more for flavor than it is for burn. This is the Sinister Baby, which is like the softer version of our Sinister Kid sauce. And this is what inspired my love of hot sauce recently, which is the Hot Ones hot sauce. And
That's a nice little bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, Hot Ones is a show on YouTube that's very popular.
Mm-hmm. That's where they eat the spicy wings, right?
Yep. Hotter wings and even hotter questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got chips today. So, we'll throw some hot sauce on some chips. Just going to drop them around the table, as we will. And, try some sauces. I think that one's really good. I eat that in a lot of food. The Sinister Kid sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I love hot sauces.
Never tried this Hot One sauce before, so... It'll be interesting. And this one's really liquidy, which usually I like a little thickness to my sauce.
That is good. I like that. It's peachy. Habanero and peach hot sauce. So, last time I made some hot sauce, it was where I used to work at CCD. My old boss grew scorpion peppers, goose peppers, Scotch bonnets, and I don't know why he grew them, because he's not really that into hot stuff. So he would bring bags of those into work, and I still have probably like 2 or 3 quart-sized Ziploc bags in my freezer, just full of those. So last time I made hot sauce, I diced up a couple of the Carolina Reapers and the scorpion peppers, and I put them in a frying pan. Chased my lady friend out of the house.
Oh, you know what? That's funny, because like whenever I cook stuff with a lot of peppers too, people come over there always like, "What the fuck? Like, it's so hot."
Jared complained about that.
Oh, he did?
But I love it. Oh yeah, he did. That's when
hilarious.
we were like.
My old roommate.
Oh man, where were we? No, yeah, that was the last time I hung out with him. I went over there and fixed his thermostat for him. He was talking about you guys making hot sauces. It was like the first time you made stuff over there. You made like this, noxious cloud in the house.
Yeah, we only did it one time, and he wasn't there for like the whole night. And then they came back, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't even think about it," you know. But it only happened once.
Yeah, I mean, I was standing over the stove. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
But she was not happy with me. But that I blended up with mango.
But this shit,
and that was really good.
That you just drank like a madman. Like you're gonna be on every hot sauce team I ever have if there is such a thing. But I probably wouldn't be on one because, goddamn, this shit lights me up. And everybody I've given it to. Someone put like that much on, it's gonna kill me.
Oh, it's good. So,
it's so hot.
The Bucholokia, I think, is.
I
don't know. That's not the wrong lid. That's the wrong lid.
Oh yeah.
That lid goes there.
Whoops.
So now they have like scorpion pepper, the Scotch bonnet, and I think they have Pepper X.
Yeah.
So my lady just bought me a hot sauce. I think is Sphincter Shrinker. It's Professor Payne Indias's Sphincter Shrinker.
That's a great name.
It's kind of like a barbecue flavored hot sauce, but that uses Pepper X in it, and that really messes up my stomach a lot. So like a lot of these new, specially bred peppers are probably just manufactured for pure capsaicin. Are you going to be okay?
Oh, it's so hot. I don't know how you do that one.
But anyways, they don't really have a lot of flavor to them.
Oh man, it gives me the hiccups.
Drink some more. You'll be okay. No, you want to do a shot? Somebody know?
Not yet. After this question. Oh god.
Do you want to watch me drink some more? Will that make you feel better? No. Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe. God damn, lights me the fuck up. I don't know how you did that. Ugh, God.
Well, I participated in a hot pepper eating contest when I was like 10 years old. It was the 4th of July Park Festival down in Gallipolis. We were walking by and I saw like flyers and stuff up. So I talked to my parents. I'm like, I want to do that because I grew serious.
I told you immediately.
Okay.
Like, oh.
Damn. So your hair's turning red.
It is red, I know.
But no, I competed in a hot pepper eating contest, and this like 80-year-old guy won.
Yeah, 80.
He was old. I don't know exactly how old he was, but I was the youngest person. I can't take you seriously when you're hiccuping like that.
Good. Look at me. I'm like watering from everywhere, like my eyes. Oh god. I'm telling you, this is a hot sauce. Even though this guy over here makes it look easy. Oh god.
I like fruity hot sauces.
It's insane. I can't believe it. That is ridiculous that you can just drink that. Shit.
When I put hot sauce on something, I typically just have a compliment to the hot sauce. So, if I eat a burrito, I hot sauce every single bite, put on there and I eat it.
So do I, but I don't use that hot of a sauce. You know?
No, it's not that hot.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
I'm telling you, everybody I've given that to has been like, even like my buddy who makes the hot sauce with me. He, he started making all those recipes himself, and he loves hot sauce. And he, even like the really hot ones we make, which unfortunately I don't have any left of, that I think are like super hot. He was like, "This is painful," and that was delicious. Like what we make. He hated it. He was like, "Ah, it's so hot." And you're just like, "Ah, it's good."
No, there's a bottle of something that I have at the house that I'm not drinking very fast.
Way hotter. Probably kill me.
It was another one of those that's made like the Pepper X, so it's not like the heat that bothers me. I think it might just be the level of capsaicin in the peppers. So, I mean, it does burn my mouth a little bit when I eat a lot of it.
All right,
but
well,
it's like it really messes up my stomach.
I got a bottle of something else. Something else that you should try.
What, you didn't bring all the hot sauces in here?
Yeah. I'm afraid to take it now because the other one's perfect. I've been off my game for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? He said he's been off his game.
Well, my stomach has some problems, occasionally.
Oh, yeah?
My doctor told me I shouldn't eat as much hot sauce. So I haven't
But
been
it's good
eating hot
for you.
sauce.
Oh.
But this is the last dab by Hot Ones. It's their most recent and most powerful hot sauce.
This is the same brand of the one that I have at the house, but that's the Pepper X,
Mm-hmm.
I think. That's like the hottest one they make. And it's fine. It tastes good. But it just messes up my stomach a lot.
Okay, well, if you don't want to take it, I don't blame you. And I won't take it unless I see you do it.
I don't know. I need a second. I'm like 100% invincible. I'm just eating like tortilla chips with it.
Yeah, well, think about it. But if you take it and it doesn't murder you, I'll take it. And it will murder me. So,
It might not be too bad.
let's do another question.
Okay.
You guys, so you get number 4.
Choice number 4.
Boy Caliente time, which I
Which
somehow
I
knew you would
enjoy.
do, but also didn't think that you would actually. Yeah.
Well, if it's between 1 and 10, I would choose 7. And if 7's not available, then it's either 6 or 4.
You already picked 4, so 6 or 7?
Yeah, my next choice is going to be 6.
6?
Yeah.
Alright. I love this question. A gaming company comes to you because you are famously awesome, and they ask you to conceptualize a VR game for them. What VR game do you pitch? So, you...
It's too thick.
Gotta like hit the bottom, right? So I've never used that. But basically what the question is you're an awesome superstar. They just want you to make anything. They're like, we're gonna make a game. You're gonna be in the VR realm. So people are gonna be in goggles. They're gonna be using their hands in the environment. You can do anything you want. What do you make them doing in this VR simulation or this VR game? It can be anything.
Probably a handyman game. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, like Bob the Builder VR.
Bob the Builder VR. That'd be great. All right, you see that?
Yep. The last
Nice
dab
little
showed to the
pile on
camera. I'm terrified. It might kill me to eat that.
It's a little bit spicy.
Oh, not me. Damn. Most of the people on Hot Ones, that's like the last sauce they take. They seem okay when they take that. Obviously, I would start like hiccuping and belching and dying.
Doesn't have a really good flavor to it. It doesn't. It's just hot. Like I said, I like fruity hot sauces. They're my favorite. And this just has ginger root and turmeric.
Yeah, I think the point of it is the heat.
Yeah.
It's like the in sauce for their show, and that's why they made it. So.
Oh, so this is made specifically for the show.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much sense now.
I mean, basically, so is this. So
I
they
think
can
you
sell
like-
something.
I think you alluded to that earlier, obviously.
Yeah.
And it says Hot Ones. And
Mm-hmm.
I knew about the show, but
Well, it's the last dab. And so, like, the thing about Hot Ones is they always put a dab of the hottest hot sauce on the last wing after it's already been tossed in the hot sauce.
Okay.
That's like their thing, shtick. So they made this, the last dab,
But
based on that.
the wings aren't tossed in this hot sauce.
I think they are. I don't know.
Okay, that's unbearable.
Right.
I ate the atomic wings at Quaker Steak and Lube when I was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you 5 wings. I ate 3. And then I think I shit blood the next day. And I couldn't like keep down food for the rest of the week. It was bad. And Casuela's Grill, they have the Mucho Macho Burrito.
Yeah.
It's like that, 30-minute food challenge. You have to eat it.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about that.
Oh, I did it. I got that free T-shirt.
How much hot sauce is on that shit? Or is it like peppers that are in there?
It's pretty much just like pureed habanero and
oh, God.
whatever else they put in there. Maybe like capsaicin extract, but...
Did I sing Macho Macho Man while you eat it?
No. No.
Have you ever played that game?
No.
Alright.
Maybe in a later date.
There's a drinking game. It's a Macho Man challenge, and I don't actually remember exactly how to play it. I'm sure some of my friends from Ottawa, Ohio could tell you. But there's a bowl, and it ends in, and everybody's pouring stuff into this bowl, right? And I don't know if it starts out, everyone pours into it. I don't think so. At some point, somebody has to drink that whole bowl. Everyone's pouring different beers and liquor and shit in there.
That's disgusting.
And then they sing Macho, Macho Man while you're drinking it. You have to chug the whole bowl. But yeah, I think VR Bob the Builder game is a great idea. And I support it.
We have that virtual reality painting now where you can create like 3-dimensional objects.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's
That
amazing.
looks cool. I mean, the brush looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't look like a brush at
Circle.
all. Like, who designed that? Like, seriously, it's like it's a ring on the end of a pistol grip, and I don't understand why it needs to be shaped that way.
Yeah, you think it could be like...
It can look like an aerosol can, or like an actual paintbrush, or maybe like an airbrush, but, it does not look like any kind of
Even
drawing
if
or painting
like
implement.
the cursor you're using was like a Photoshop brush,
Yeah. Well, you could change tools, like, in your field of vision. You've seen that before? Have you?
I've seen it, but I didn't do a whole lot with it. So, you can make it look like any of the Photoshop brush implements. Make it, like, do different strokes.
Yeah.
I know you could change it up, but I don't know if the, like, reticle changed from a circle.
Well, I mean, when you're wearing a headset, it does not look like that. That's just what you're, like, holding outside of the...
Yeah. Oh, you
virtual
mean
reality.
you wish they would have changed that?
Yeah, the actual tool itself.
Well, I think
don't understand
those
that.
were... I mean, they're making that for, like, everything. So it's for gaming and all that stuff.
Okay.
So buying another peripheral would be expensive. That's the thing.
That's the thing. But I'm
I
not a
mean,
computer
down the
person,
road, I
so-
think they will, But they just haven't got there yet. Yeah, dude, this
No. Old
shit
Yankee Workshop.
messes me up. Do you think this would just, like, liquefy all my insides at once?
Yeah. I'm not fond of that. I'm not really fond of the other one that I have. Maybe it's not this one. If this is the last dab, then the one I have might not. I don't think it's the same one.
I want to try it, but I don't think today's the day.
No.
No.
It doesn't taste that great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. This is one of my favorite hot sauces I've ever had.
This
It's
one?
nice and fruity. Yeah.
God.
That one or something I made myself.
I don't know if you're lucky or not. But I think you are. Because I wish I could eat that hot stuff and not be affected. Because I love hot sauce. I do love it.
Yeah.
But this shit is
It's good.
beyond me.
Well, it says it's suicide.
Dude, it's... But I feel like... Like, can you even taste all the flavors and the stuff that's less hot? I don't know. I feel like if you're enjoying...
Oh, I can.
If you're enjoying
I can taste the flavors in that.
maybe your taste buds are just extremely, like... Just perceptive and also not affected by heat.
Well, I
Then you're
grew
getting
up
the
with
best of both worlds.
my mother would drink boiling water when I was a kid, pretty much.
Why?
My parents like drinking tea.
Uh-huh.
Her version of tea, she has no olfactory senses, so she can't smell anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that affects, I guess, sensitivity on the taste buds.
Yeah, for sure.
But her tea was pretty much boiling water and milk. And she would drink it, like, right out of the cup. You know, there was no like
Boiling water and
sipping.
milk.
Yeah, that was her tea.
Uh-huh.
There was no tea in it. It was just
No tea.
boiling water and milk. That's what she
It
drank.
was like a chai tea with no chai tea.
Yeah, exactly. It's really weird. But maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, those were looking... Damn. I could have read that the entire time. I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice? I was looking at these hot sauces and like the list of questions. It's right there.
It doesn't matter. These are all out of my mind, and these are all old. In my mind, these are all dead questions, anyways. I just brought it back because why not? Just hang it on the wall, you know.
You could write some more. I mean, has all of those questions been asked before?
I could replace them all. Yeah, they've been asked.
They have.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay? You looking
I'm
pretty
still
rough
burning
over
up
there.
a little bit. It's fucked up, man. That hot sauce fucked me up. I think my people, whoever they may be, weren't meant to eat hot sauces.
Mm.
Well, I'm trying to make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, my heritage is German, mainly, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the biggest concentration of any one thing.
I only know one side of mine.
Yeah.
So, you know, the other side is a mystery. But somewhere in there, there's some red hair, for sure.
Yeah.
They were brothers. We don't even know.
Well, I know on my mom's side, I'm German and Jew.
Uh-huh.
And my dad's side, it's like French, Italian, something. Don't even know. But yeah.
Yeah,
Germans and Jews really don't like hot stuff that much, I don't think. At least I've not really encountered that in their cooking.
there's got to be something in your gene pool that's allowing you to eat this.
Possibly.
Maybe it's a, recessive trait
That's
that
possible.
both your parents carried, and just bam, you're on it.
Yeah? No, my parents
way,
didn't like hot sauce.
Cheers to your fire tongue, man.
All right.
Delicious.
He's got the best little shot glasses, little Pac-Man ghosts.
Yeah, it was a gift from my old roommate, Jared. Part of 2-Bit Punks. 2-Bit Punks, sponsor of this podcast, as we heard earlier. Now,
Sell it again.
there are 3 more Pacificas in that fridge out there. I did not bring the other 3 in here, but there is also a Labatt Light and 2 gumball heads. Would you like one of those? Or one of these?
I mean, I don't really care. I can go out there and...
Or, yeah, if you want to do that, you can do that.
I can do that. If that's okay.
That's fine.
And leave
for
me
you.
in here to entertain everybody.
Actually, grab me one of those too, because I would like to taste it. And while he's gone, we can read a word from our other sponsor. Even though this has been a pretty disjointed podcast, we're just getting used to the live format, and I do apologize about that. But I also don't really care if you care. So, haha.
So that's what you should do. Every time you leave and want me to entertain people, you should leave me with something to talk about.
That's what I should have the guests read the message to the sponsors. All right, good idea.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot right now?
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
You got to read that paragraph. See it?
But it's something you already read. All right.
No, not today. Cloud House?
No? Oh, okay. This podcast sponsored by Cloud House Makerspace. Have your New Year's resolutions been dropping like flies? Why not add a new one? Join Cloud House and hone your making skills. Cloud House is a maker facility and community with over 300 tools you can use and knowledgeable, friendly members to help you get started on any project you can think of. So cancel that gym membership you aren't using, and you have read this, and join Cloud House for only $35 a month. Check the website, cloudhouse.org. That's CLOUDHAUS.org for hours of operation, and come for a tour. I've been there.
That's
it's very
good.
nice. It's a good
I
place.
read it last episode, not this episode.
No, you did read it before.
No, I read the 2-Bit Punks one, didn't I?
No, I think you've read both of them.
Oh, shit.
But anyways.
No, I didn't.
No, you have? No?
No, I didn't. No, I talked about Cloud House earlier, but I didn't read that message. I read the 2-Bit Punks
Maybe
message.
I'm remembering
Let me...
last podcast episode that I watched earlier today.
Because remember,
But
I
yes,
said...
I remember hearing you talk about that.
Well, at the start of the podcast, it shows the logos of both companies. So I briefly said something about Cloud House and 2-Bit Punks, but nothing like real special. And I did talk about Cloud House earlier, but yeah, I read the Cloud House ad in the last one, and I added the 2-Bit Punks ad to this one, which was, when it comes to video games, there is no time like the present. Remember that?
Well, hey, I could be wrong.
No, yeah, you were. But that's all right. You nailed it. That was fantastic. I liked it. And you're a spicy king. Maybe that'll be a recurring theme on the podcast. The only problem with that being a theme,
you could have like a challenge going on.
Yeah, like trying to figure out who's the best with spices, and then I invite you all back, and you all have to eat shit. But
have
I would have
multiple guests instead of just one.
Yeah, I would just have to keep burping. I just don't like that happens. You know, the hiccuping. It's happened on other podcasts. Like,
yeah,
the first time I got this sauce, I think, maybe a little after the first time, because I got this. I brought it to a party. I was eating it on chips with friends a bunch. Like, we just kept eating it, whatever. Because I enjoy eating it too, even though it makes me hiccup at times.
Oh yeah.
I had it on podcast. I brought some slices of Mikey's Late Night Slice, and we put some of it on there, and I put a ton on mine, like way more than I should have. And I was just like burping the whole time, like, oh, yeah. What? I was surprised it hit me after that one tonight, but I do think it's because I haven't been eating hot sauce. I think I built up a bit of a tolerance, and then that's gone now.
You got to keep up with it. Pizza and burritos are my favorite things to put hot sauce on.
Yeah. What is your favorite foods to eat?
I really enjoy Mexican. Mexican's great.
And when you go to a Mexican restaurant, what do you order? Burrito?
Usually.
Yeah? You're not a fajitas guy?
No, not really.
Yeah, I fucking love fajitas. Dude.
Yeah.
That's my
fajitas
shit.
are pretty good.
I mean, I'm a vegetarian
I'm like a
now,
guy.
so I'm not enjoying the flesh of the animal like I used to, but...
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, them fajitas, they're still pretty good. Vegetarian fajitas. Although, a local cantina down the road from here in Columbus, Ohio, for all of you foreign listeners, they put asparagus on theirs. And normally I love asparagus, but I just feel like it's a pain in the ass in my fajita.
Asparagus on a fajita.
Yeah, and the asparagus are like this long, and you gotta like fit that in your taco with all your other shit. It's difficult.
That's unusual. I mean, I've put asparagus in like cheese quesadillas before, just using up leftovers on my refrigerator, but that's kind of, I mean, asparagus doesn't seem like a common Mexican condiment.
Or veggie. Yeah, if you're you gotta cut that shit up though. You gotta like chop it up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they use onions, peppers, but asparagus is not like a common
vegetable.
Yeah, that's weird.
If you're gonna, so let me ask you this: are you an artichoke fan?
I do enjoy artichokes. Not too bad.
You like spinach and artichoke dip?
I do. There's really not much that I won't eat, honestly.
What? I say the same thing about myself.
Yeah.
I'm a person that will eat almost anything.
When I was growing up, my parents wouldn't let me, turn something down. Like, no, it looks gross. No, that looks funny.
See, I think that's good.
It smells funny.
People now are like, oh my god.
Just shut up and eat it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stacy. Oh, I should never have made Stacy eat that. Oh my god.
I'm a terrible parent.
Oh, they're so worried about themselves. They're not like, oh wait, maybe I should make my kid like have some goddamn grit, Yep. True Grit, I might say. Have you seen that movie?
It's a good movie. Oh, I love that movie.
You seen both of them?
No, I haven't seen the original. I've seen a new one.
Me neither. Dude, we should watch the original together.
You should.
I'm down. The fucking new one's great. We could do a double feature of the old one and the new one.
No, I don't know if I can handle that.
No, well, what'll happen?
2 movies back to back.
Let me set the scene for you.
I mean,
how long
we
do you
should
think...
start doing. We're not doing movie night anymore. What's going on with that? We used to have a movie night at Jared's house, and that was, bang up time, and I would always fall asleep during the second movie.
Yeah, we used to do. Well, that's part of the point I want to make. So
I can't watch
we used to do a movie night. And if you're in Columbus and you see this and you want to do a movie night or would like to have one again, then let me know, because that would be fantastic. We can do that. But here's the thing. When I think of a movie night where I'm saying we would do 2 True Grits, the reason is obviously we'd play the old one first. We'd watch that. We'd be drinking during that one. Then it would be so fucked up during the second one. We're just talking and nobody cares about it, right? But it's on.
But I can guarantee that most of the people coming over would have seen the newer one. Probably not many would have seen the first one.
So that's why we watched the first one first.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
But then the argument would be that they'd be like, well,
by the time we're like drunk and inebriated, we're commenting on the second one, which
Yeah. Well, they'd be like, most people aren't going to come over until like later, and I'd be like, well, then fuck most people because they're not having fun with us.
We just lock the door after a certain time.
Yeah, too bad. They're not allowed over anyways. No, or they can come over. They can watch the second one, but they have to deal with our drunk asses. That's their fault.
If you're coming over, come over on time.
Yeah, and that was I think that was the problem with movie night is that it. I don't know. There are a lot of problems with movie night. We need to iron out some of the details of movie night. Because
it was fine.
It was fun.
I mean,
seating
was a little bit weird sometimes when we had a lot of people over.
Yeah.
You had,
we did it a lot.
Sleeping on your couch.
Yeah. But, I don't care. No, I mean, people sleeping over is never an issue, especially now with my place. But my place now can't hold nearly as many people, probably. I have 2 big couches. They could probably hold 9 people, maybe. What do you think, 9? Not sleeping, but watching movies. I'm talking about watching movies. Like 9.
We were talking about like sleeping over, and then you said 9 people on 2 couches.
No. I think they could hold like 9 people watching movies, and then I got a chair in there. We could put in like 4 more chairs, probably.
Yeah, you can
maybe more than that.
Build some like stadium seating.
Let's say at max we could hold 16 people in my living room total. So
you'd have to take reservations for it. That doesn't seem quite fair.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody, reserves a spot and then they don't show up. I mean, what do you do? I mean, that's.
Well, we'd have to have them pay ahead, right? So at least we get money. It'd have to cost something, like a little bit. That would go into the fund for movie night that we would use to spend on food and booze, right?
That's true.
So that'd be all right. Like it's $2 a ticket, but the problem with that is it has to be at a level where people don't want to bail. So it'd have to be like 5,
So that, they can't be, smashed onto a couch.
Well, what we could do is we could do a $10 reservation and it costs $3, right? So you pay 10, but when you show up, you get $7 back. And the $3 goes towards food and booze. But if you don't show up, the $10 is locked in. So you've lost $10.
That's not too bad.
So basically, it's like, you have to pay 10 to reserve it, but then people will be like, well, I'll just pay the day up.
Yeah, exactly. How are you going to get that money beforehand? That's
yeah.
That seems like a big problem.
I don't know.
Have like a PayPal account?
Yeah. But Cloud House also has a projector. We can fit a ton of people there.
Mm-hmm.
So what we could do is if we ever reached our maximum quota for the movie night, we could expand and go to Cloud House.
That'd be nice. That'd be good. Sit on top of a work table and watch a movie.
Yeah,
sleep.
Well, we have chairs, so there's probably 20 chairs there at least. I bet.
I can't imagine what the chip crunching sounds like on a microphone.
You will be able to tell very, very soon.
Well, we got to rewatch this after we're done.
Yeah, it's every podcast. After every podcast, let me tell you what I do with the guest. I sit them down on the couch, make them a nice hot bowl of porridge, and we watch the podcast together, right next to each other on the love seat. In fact,
ooh,
you gotta get close on the love seat. Eat that porridge, and we watch that podcast. You have some of that warm boiling water and milk tea that your mom likes so much.
How did Kyle Foose like that?
Kyle Foose loved it.
Oh, sure he did.
Mm-hmm. I had to kick him out of here. Bam. Next day, I was like, "Get the fuck out, man!" He's like, "No, I want to stay with you forever." No, couldn't let it happen.
I had no idea he took photographs of cars for a living.
Who would? I haven't seen Foose in a while. Foose, we miss you. Come back to us.
Yeah, not a
Where
lot
have you been
about Foose.
Where have you been? But hell, I think that was a great podcast. I think we lasted about 2 hours. Minus the intermission, but we did a great job. Thank you for being on.
I didn't watch the whole thing through. I watched your latest one.
No, tonight we did a great job.
We did?
Yeah. fantastic job.
No, we're still doing a great job.
I know. I was wrapping up.
Are we?
I thought we were. Do you want to keep going?
I mean, you're the boss, boss.
I think we're going to wrap her up.
I'm your guest. Yep, we're wrapping up.
But it was a fantastic podcast. All you out there, send me an email. You can use halfwittybanter@gmail.com. You know how to spell it, and if you don't, then look at the damn fucking YouTube. That's right.
There's that word again.
The fuck word makes everybody laugh. And thank you, Kegan Parks, my guest tonight. We had a great time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close out the stream. You're not spill any beer while I do it.
Hey, you should say something about Cloud House offering specific classes.
Too late.
Too late?
We'll do that when we actually have them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. Like.